Whenever we are having problems on correlation, usually it will always be below number 1. Now what is dx? Deviation of x series from the assumed mean, that is x minus a. When I add all the x values here, that is the ages of the husband, I get 320. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all to this session. In this session 2 of Unit 3, we will be having discussion on Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Now let us understand what this Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation means. So the coefficient of correlation is a single number describing the extent of covariation between the two associated variables. So what is the variation between the two associated variables? That we will be able to know. Thus, the coefficient of correlation is the numerical measure showing the degree and direction of correlation. So, with the help of this coefficient, we will be able to assess what is the degree and what is the direction of the correlation. The coefficient of correlation varies between 1 and -1 and will not exceed unity. So, usually whenever we are having problems on correlation, usually it will always be below number 1. So, the values will always be less than 1. So, it will be always in decimals. Then, of the various mathematical measures of correlation, the Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation is most popular in practice. The formula for computing Karl Pearson's correlation is, so the symbol is here, sigma xy divided by n into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. So, sigma xy equals covariance of x and y, where x equals x minus x bar, that is deviation from the actual mean of x. So, when you have the x values, you find out the mean, then find out the deviations and then calculate the deviation. Then we have the y values, so deviation from the actual mean of y. Then we have the standard deviation of the x series, standard deviation of the y series. Now, n stands for number of pairs of observations. Then this is the symbol of correlation coefficient. So, the correlation coefficient symbol is this R. Then the above formula can be transferred to the following form from easy calculations. So, we have the correlation symbol here. This is equal to sigma xy divided by root of sigma x square into sigma y square. So, where we have the value of x equals x minus x bar and y equals y minus y bar. Now, we have an example here. So, find the correlation coefficient between the price and the supply. So, we have the price here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the price column. I'll write it in the next slide. So, the price. This is the supply. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have the supply 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now this is the x value, this is the y value. Now we have to find the mean of x and mean of y. So, mean of x equals sigma x divided by n. Mean of y equals sigma y divided by n. Now, sigma x will be equal to, so 5, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 1, 15. Then, sigma y will be 30, 50. 50 plus 25 is 75. I will substitute the values here. So sigma x is 15. The number of values is 5. So this is equal to 3. Sigma y will be 75 divided by 5. It is 15. So sigma y equals 75 divided by 5, that is 15. Now x minus 3, then y minus 15. So x minus 3. So 1 minus 3 minus 2. 2 minus 3 minus 1. 3 minus 3 0. 4 minus 3 1. 5 minus 3 2. So y minus 15 will be 5 minus 15 minus 10. 10 minus 15 minus 5. 15 minus 15 0. 20 minus 15 5. 25 minus 15 is 10. Now next will be the square of this, x square and y square. So 4 1 0 1 4. 100 25 0 25 100. So this will be 9 plus 9 is 18. So this will be 250. Now we have the xy column here. So the x minus 2 into minus 10 plus 20, minus 1 into minus 5 plus 5, 0 into 0 0, 1 into 5 5, 2 into 10 20. Now I have the correlation formula here. So this will be equal to sigma xy divided by root of sigma x square into sigma y square. Now sigma xy. Now what is sigma xy given here? We got it as 50 divided by root of 18 into 250. So now we have here x square. So x square column 4 plus 1 5 plus 1 6 plus 4 is 10. Y square column 100 plus 25 plus 25 plus 100 we get 250. Then xy column, so x into y, so minus 2 into minus 10 is plus 20, 5 ones are 5, 5 ones are 5, 20. So next step will be 50 divided by root of 2500. So this will be equal to 50 divided by 50. So this is equal to plus 1. So the correlation value is 1. So it will always be between 1 and minus 1. Here we got the answer as plus 1. So in this way we have to work out the problem on correlation. Now the next problem. So we have the shortcut method here. So in the previous example, the means of both the series are in the whole number. So we have both the series in the whole number, that is 1 was 3, the next whole number was 15. So it was easy for us to do the calculations. But if they are in decimals, suppose it is 3.67 and 15.43, taking deviations, squaring and multiplying, it would have been tedious. In order to overcome these and also to save time and effort, a shortcut method may be employed. In this, we proceed with an assumed mean or assumed arithmetic average. The following may be adopted. So we have a separate formula for this. For the shortcut method, correlation equals sigma dx dy minus sigma dx into sigma dy divided by n whole over root of sigma dx square minus sigma dx the whole square divided by n into root of sigma dy square minus sigma dy the whole square divided by n. Now what is dx? Deviation of x series from the assumed mean, that is x minus a. What is dy? Dy is the deviation of y series from y minus a. N equals number of pairs of items. Now we have a problem here. Find the correlation coefficient. So we have the same problem which we did the first one, the same thing with the assumed mean. We are having this problem here. Now in this problem the price is given as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and the supply is 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. Now in this dx column, this x minus a. Now here I have taken a equals 4. 4 is the assumed mean here and assumed mean is 4. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3, 2 minus 4 is minus 2, 3 minus 4 is minus 1, 4 minus 4 is 0, 5 minus 4 is 1. So sigma dx equals minus 5. Next dx square. So square of this. So 3 3s are 9, 2 2s are 4, 1 1s are 1, 1 1s are 1. So 9 plus 1, 10 plus 5 is 15. Sigma dx square equals 15. Now the y column here 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. When you add all this we get 75. Now the deviations, I have taken the 10 as the assumed mean. A equals 10. Now when I take A equals 10, so 5 minus 10 is minus 5, 10 minus 10 is 0, 15 minus 10 is 5, 20 minus 10 is 10, 25 minus 15 is 10 is 15. So when I add all this, I get 25. Now the square of this, so 5 square is 25, again 5 square is 25, 10 square is 100, 15 square equals 225. So when I add all this, I get 375. Now dx into dy, minus 3 into minus 5 is plus 15, then 2 into 0 is 0, minus 1 into plus 5 is minus 5, 0 into 10 is 0, 1 into 15 is 15. So when I add all this, I get 25 as the answer. Now I have to substitute all the values in the formula. Sigma dx dy equals 25 minus sigma dx is minus 5, dy is 25. Sigma dx square is 15. Minus 5. So R will be equal to 25. Minus into minus is plus 25 divided by root of 15 minus 5 is 10 into root of 375 minus 125, that will be equal to 250, root of 250. So R will be equal to 50 divided by root of 10 into 250, that will be 50 divided by root of 2500. So this will be equal to 50 divided by 50. So the answer is plus 1. So we have to we have done the calculations based on the assumed mean method. So here we have assumed the mean for the x values as 4 and the assumed mean for y values as 10, and based on the assumed mean we have used the formula and worked out the problem. Here also we are getting the correlation as 1. Now the next problem, find Carl Pearson's coefficient correlation between the age of the husbands and wives based on the following data. So the age of the wife in years and the age of the husband in years. So they have given here 22, 25, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 37, 41 and 45, 18, 20, 21, 25, 26, 29, 32, 35, 40 and 44. So I will write here the age of the husband, the age of the wife. So what? 22, 25, 26, 28. 22, 25, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 37. 30, 32, 34, 37, 41 and 45. 41, 45. 18, 20, 21, 25. 18, 20, 21, 25, 26, 29, 32. 26, 29, 32, 35, 40, 44. 35, 40, 44. So we have the age of the husband and the age of the wives. So we have to find the correlation between these two. Now they have given us the various values here. So we have to find out the mean age of the husband and the mean age of the wife, and then we have to find the correlation coefficient. Now we have when I add all the x values here, that is the ages of the husband, I get 320. When I add all the ages of the wives, I get 290. Now the next step will be, I have to find out the mean value. So mean will be sigma x divided by n. So this will be 320 divided by 10, that is 32. The y mean will be equal to sigma y divided by n, that will be 290 by 10, that is 29. Now the next will be the deviations from the mean. So x minus, what is the mean of x? 32. So x minus 32, y minus 29. So 22 minus 32 is minus 10. 25 minus 32 is minus 7. So minus 6. Then 28 minus 32 minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, then 5, then 9, then it is 7. Next, 18 minus 29. So that will be minus 11. 20 minus 29, minus 9, minus 8, minus 4, minus 3, 0, then 3, then 6, then 40 minus 29. That will be 11, then it is 15. So we have the x minus 32 and this will be the dx. This will be the dy. Now I have to add all this to get sigma dx. So when I add all this, I get, so we have the x and the y columns here. So x square, so 10 square is 100, 7 sevens are 49, 6 6 are 36, 4 4s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 5 5s are 25, 9 9s are 81, 7 7s are 49. So the square of all the numbers I have done. So when I add all this, I get the answer as 484. Now, the y square. So 11 11s are 121, 9 9s are 81, 8 8s are 64, 4 4s are 16, 3 3s are 9, 0 9, 6 6 are 36, 121, 225. So when I add all this, I get 682. Next will be x into y column. So this is the x column, this is the y column. 10 into 11, 110. 7 9s are 63. 6 8s are 48. 4 4s are 16. 2 3s are 6. 0 into 0, 0. 2 3s are 6. 6 5s are 30. 9 11s are 99. 15 7s are 105. Yes, so we have the table ready here. We are ready with all the values, sigma x, sigma y. We also have the value for sigma x square, sigma y square and sigma xy. Now, the correlation formula is equal to, so we have the formula here, correlation formula, sigma xy divided by root of sigma x square into sigma y square. So the sigma xy, so what is the total here? 573. 573 divided by root of sigma x square. So 484 into 682. So when I simplify this, 573 divided by root of, this will be equal to root of 33088. So this R will be equal to 573 divided by 574.53, that will be equal to 0.9973. So we got the answer here. So when we calculate here 573 divided by 574, I get 0.9973. So we can, what is the interpretation from this? We can interpret that there is a high degree of correlation between the ages of the husband and the ages of the wife. So the shortcut method of computing correlation here. So work out the same example by the shortcut method, assuming 30 as assumed mean for both x and y. So assume some value as arbitrary origin for mean of x and mean of y and obtain the deviations. Then square the deviations. So we get sigma dx dy and then substitute the figures in the formula, perform the calculations and obtain. So we have the table here. So in this table, we can see here the deviations from the assumed mean. So what is the assumed mean here? 30. Assumed mean A equals 30 and here the assumed mean here also it is 30. So 22 minus 30 is minus 8, minus 5, minus 4. So it will be 22 minus 30, that is equal to minus 8. 25 minus 5. So in this way, when I calculate, I get the answer as 20. Then deviations, square deviations. So 8 square is 64, 25, 16, 4. So I have squared all the deviations. I am getting 524. Now the age of the wife is given here. Now I am taking the assumed mean as 30. So 18 minus 30. 18 minus 30 is minus 12. 20 minus 30 minus 10. So in this way, I am getting all the values. So when I add all this, I am getting the answer as minus 10. Now the square of this, 12 square is 144, 10 square is 100, 81, 25, 16. So I get the answer as 692. Now dx into dy. So I have to take the deviation. So 8 minus 8 into minus 12. Minus 8 into minus 12 is 12 8s are 96. Minus 5 into minus 10. Minus 5 into minus 10 equals 50. Then 4 into 9 equals 36. 5 into 2 is 10, 0. Then 2 into minus 1 is 2. So we are getting the answer as plus 553. Now when I substitute the values in the formula, so I have the formula here. So R will be equal to sigma dx dy, that is 553. 553 minus sigma dx 20, sigma dy minus 10. So this will be equal to 20 into minus 10 divided by 10 whole over root of sigma dx square. Sigma dx square 524. 524 minus 20 square divided by 10 into root of 692 minus 10 square divided by 10. So this R will be equal to 553 minus 200 divided by 10 whole over root of 524 minus 400 divided by 10 into 692 minus 100 divided by 10. So when I simplify all this, so 553 minus of minus 20 divided by root of 524 minus 40 into 692 minus 10. So when I simplify all this, I get 573 divided by root of 484 into 682. So this will be equal to 573 divided by root of 330088. So this will be 573 divided by 574.53. So this will be equal to 0.9973. So this is the answer. So the problem for the answer is 0.9973. With this, we come to the end of the session. Hope you have all followed it. Thank you.